Deer. Oh boy, hi bud. We almost ate well tonight. Went a long way to making the car have a lot more low-end torque in that mid-range. Like when I first came down the hill, I was keeping it like driving it like an NA car, and I was keeping it at the high end a couple times. That was totally fruitless, and everything in this car is kind of between like 4,000 and 5,000 RPM. See, that's like unnecessary. I don't need to do that. That diff pulls me out of the corner really nice without squealing that inside, which is great. Watch, I can get on power. It just drags me out. Full throttle. Doesn't have quite the same like lift-off oversteer like an ST does. So I got off of it and it corrected the understeer there, but it didn't really rotate the car. I think you'd have to be a little more aggressive on the brakes. See, unnecessary downshift. Everything's in that mid-range. We're gonna meet a cyclist friend up here shortly, so we'll keep our eye out for him. Don't need to go flat on the straights because there's quite a few bumps. Car's rigid and stiff, but it's not so stiff that it upsets the car too much, so I like that. It's a little sketchy under braking on the bumps, which obviously you shouldn't be doing, but man, that diff really is incredible. Like, you can just get on power in places that you think you're just going to understeer, but it doesn't. Try not to make too much noise when we get to this bike. He's going to think I'm a huge asshole. It's amazing how much your driving style changes from like track to street. On the street, I've become a lot more conservative on the street. Thank God. Maybe that just comes with age or like seeing things that you're like, wow, that was close over the years. But you know, you've got to leave room on the table. This is such a capable car, and it's a testament to how good modern chassis are, even on cheap hot hatches. This is Zach's car. This is his APR Stage 1 tune, is that correct?
COBB.
COBB, sorry.
Just off the shelf Stage 1.
Yep.
And it's actually running at 90 because
we had to.
Had to. So.
Well, we're kind of at altitude, so it's not too terrible. We're also 034 Motorsport rear sway bar.
Yep, so 034 Motorsport sway bar. They're 034 end links. Unibrace chassis brace. It's the one that is underneath the car, not behind the rear seats. VWR Sport Springs 034 Motorsports. Dogbone mount insert.
Yeah, everything feels really rigid.
Yeah, and it's amazing how much like flex these cars will have in the box, just by doing a couple cheap chassis mods.
Car's
really
super neutral.
Into its own, yeah.
Like, if I'm screeching tires and plowing, I mean, it's still definitely more like understeer bias and oversteer, which is good as far as I'm concerned for a street car. But the everything is so planted, and the thing that I come away from this car, and I apologize because it's not even your mods, it's just that diff. This differential is so incredible. The fact that I can just like ham-fistedly go flat out, like point and shoot out of a corner, and it sends so much power to that outside.
It just claws you out of corner.
And it just pulls you around it. It's so nuts. Like, I can go here and I can just floor it. Like, that's so crazy to me. Any other front-wheel drive car would have understeered straight into that guardrail, because it would have even if it had an LSD, it would have just locked them both and sent it straight in. So the fact that this is torque vectoring is so cool. But hopefully people who drive this and then like maybe haven't driven other cars don't get into other cars thinking they can do that, because this is like a little bit of a superhero diff. If you go into something old that doesn't have that, you're gonna be in for a world of hurt when you try to get on power early. Check for deer. I feel bad for anyone who bought this car without this differential.
Right. What it opened up.
What a waste. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I hope you guys like the new camera setup. I think the colors are a lot more vivid with this GoPro Hero 7 versus my old Sony Action Cam. So don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one.